If you're stuck in a car lease and you want to get out, then pay attention because I'm about to tell you how to ditch your lease and maybe even put a few dollars in your pocket. Hello and welcome to Practical Personal Finance. My name is Andrew Shear, and this is where I give you the information you need to understand and succeed with money. Today I'm going to be talking about a lesser known strategy for getting out of your car lease. Before I get started, do me a favor and give this video a thumbs up. And if you're new around here, hit that subscribe button too. You never know, you might just learn something new about money. At the beginning of this year, my car lease was coming to an end. I had the end of lease inspection done and there wasn't any excessive damage or mileage, but there was still going to be a $350 lease turn-in fee that I would need to pay when I handed in the keys. I hated the idea of making yet another big monthly payment for a car I was no longer going to be driving, so I started doing some research into how I could avoid the turn-in fee without going and leasing another car, which is how I avoided it last time. One solution I came across was to buy the car. I never realized that even while you're leasing a car, you could decide to buy it at any time by paying something called a payoff amount. Here's the logic. When you lease a car, you're making big payments equal to or greater than the amount that the car will go down in value over the course of the lease. The objective is for you to drive the car and pay for the depreciation over the first 3 years. So the payoff amount is going to be roughly the price for the car when it was new, minus the payments you've made so far, not counting any added fees. The car goes down in value really fast at first, so at the beginning, when you haven't made a lot of payments yet, the payoff amount is probably a lot higher than the value of the car, which drops like a rock when you drive it off the lot. Toward the end of the lease term though, the payoff amount should be somewhat similar to the value of the car. This is so that you might be inclined to just buy the car if you like it, saving the dealer the hassle of cleaning it up and selling it used. The lease turn-in fee I was trying to avoid also factors into your decision making, pushing you toward buying the car or getting another lease. My payoff amount was around $15,000. I checked out the value of my car using Kelley Blue Book, and guess what? It was worth about $17,000 in a private party sale. I started thinking, what if I bought my car and then immediately put it up for sale for the same price I bought it for? I might be able to sell the car quickly by selling it below book value and avoid the lease turn-in fee at the same time. The more I looked into this plan though, the more I realized that it wasn't going to be as easy as I had originally thought. I would need to pay sales tax on the purchase of the car, along with fees for the title and registration. It was a losing proposition. I was about to bite the bullet and just pay the lease turn-in fee when I came across another option. If I took the car to a dealer that sells used cars, they could purchase it on the spot and pay the leasing company for the payoff amount. If the amount they were willing to pay was less than the payoff amount, I would need to pay the difference. But if it was more, then they would write me a check. Either way, at least I wouldn't have to pay that godforsaken lease turn-in fee. I went and got 3 quotes from 3 different car dealers. First was CarMax. Their offer was $15,000, just about the same as the payoff amount. Not bad. Next was my local Honda dealer. They only offered me $13,500. No thanks. Last was Carvana, which gave me a quote right on their website. They offered me $16,500 for the car. I think we found a winner. There was just one catch. In order for them to purchase the car, they wanted at least 2 months remaining on the lease. I was so bummed when I found this out. I was about to bring the car to CarMax, but I called up Carvana and asked if they could make an exception to their rule. They told me they could not, but that I could ask to have my lease extended by 2 months to get around it. And that's exactly what I did. When the day came for me to sell my car to Carvana, one of their team members came to my home and inspected the car to make sure it matched the description I had provided. I signed a bill of sale, they handed me a check, and the car was loaded up onto their flatbed truck. In the end, I wound up with no car, no lease turn-in fee, and over $1,000 in my pocket. Things turned out pretty nicely. Afterward, I got to thinking, why was Carvana willing to pay so much more than the other 2 options? I understood the offer from Honda. It wouldn't make much sense to pay me more than the payoff amount on my account. I also understood the offer from CarMax. Right around the payoff amount, and right around the dealer trade-in value on Kelley Blue Book. Then there was Carvana. They were willing to pay over $1,000 more than CarMax. I think it comes down to two factors. First, the used car market is hot this year. Lots of people are trying to avoid public transit and are driving instead. Second, and more importantly, Carvana is a new technology-based company. Right now they're using venture capital from investors to try and buy market share. They don't care as much as CarMax or Honda about making a huge profit. For Carvana, it's valuable to take business away from their competitors and become a familiar name in the world of used cars. With the way 2020 is shaping up, I reckon they're probably doing pretty well. I was happy with their service, and I'm even happier without a monthly lease payment. If you're stuck in a lease that you can't wait to get out of, look into selling your car to a dealer like CarMax or Carvana. With Carvana, you can get a quote online in just a few minutes that you can compare to your payoff amount. The market for selling a used car will never be better than it is right now, so give it a shot. Have you ever leased a car? What was your experience like at the end of the lease? Let me know in the comments. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and consider supporting my channel by becoming a subscriber with notifications turned on. Thanks for watching. I'm Andrew Scheer, and I'll see you next time.